In 1986, construction workers in southwestern China struck something extraordinary with their shovels, uncovering bronze masks with eyes bulging half a meter wide. A massive standing bronze figure towering over 2.5 meters tall was also found, forcing historians to rewrite everything they knew about ancient China. The discovery location was Sanxingdui, a rural village in China's Sichuan Basin, where pits contain thousands of unique artifacts never before seen in Chinese archaeology. This wasn't supposed to exist, as for 3,000 years, scholars believed Chinese civilization emerged only from the Yellow River Valley to the northeast. Shadowed by the Tibetan Plateau, evidence of a parallel world emerged. A civilization flourished between 1700 and 1100 BCE, contemporaneous with the legendary Shang dynasty. However, its unique art, rituals, and entire visual language appeared utterly alien, distinct from everything previously known as conventionally Chinese. The Sichuan Basin forms a geological fortress, surrounded by towering mountain ranges that isolated it from the rest of China. The Min River carved fertile valleys. Here, protected by formidable natural barriers, a unique and distinct culture evolved in complete independence, shaping its own destiny for millennia. Around 1700 BCE, a sophisticated civilization emerged at Sanxingdui, constructing massive earthen walls enclosing 3.6 square kilometers, creating one of ancient China's largest walled cities. Inside these formidable ramparts, thousands of people lived, worked, and worshipped daily, creating a vibrant and bustling ancient city community. The city's strategic location, positioned between mountain tributaries and the fertile plain, allowed Sanxingdui to control critical ancient trade routes. Ivory arrived from the south, jade from distant quarries, and cowrie shells traveled from ocean coasts, serving as currency and status symbols. What made Sanxingdui truly remarkable was its unique bronze work. This civilization developed sophisticated casting techniques independently, creating objects of stunning complexity. Their workshops produced intricate bronze vessels, weapons, and ritual implements using piece mold casting, a technology mastered to extraordinary levels of refinement. Then came the 1986 excavation, where workers stumbled upon two rectangular pits, which had been deliberately filled and sealed in antiquity. Inside lay more than 1,000 objects, including bronze heads wearing gold masks and towering figures with features that defied typical human proportion. The bronze masks measure up to half a meter wide, with eyes protruding on cylindrical stalks, pupils staring sideways at impossible angles, clearly not human portraits. They represented something else entirely, perhaps beings from mythology or cosmology, gods or ancestors whose profound and mysterious nature remains unknown. Among the artifacts stood a bronze figure 2.62 meters tall, the largest Bronze Age statue ever discovered in China, its upward curved hands designed to grasp something sacred. Perhaps an ivory tusk or ritual staff once filled its hands, as its feet stood on a square base, majestically towering over ancient worshippers. The most astonishing object was a bronze tree, 3.95 meters in height, the largest ancient bronze tree anywhere, 9 branches extended, supporting bronze fruits, flowers, and birds. This was not merely decorative art. It was a profound cosmological map, serving as a physical representation of the entire universe. The tree connected Earth to heaven, its roots in the underworld, branches reaching toward celestial realms. Similar cosmic trees appear globally, but Sanxingdui's version was truly unique. The precision of its casting and the complexity of its symbolism suggested a sophisticated theological system, unique to Sanxingdui, existing nowhere else. What baffled archaeologists most was the complete absence of writing. The Shang dynasty, ruling contemporaneously, developed oracle bone script, ancestor of modern Chinese characters. But at Sanxingdui, nothing was found. No inscriptions on bronze, no carved symbols, and no administrative records were ever discovered. Even stranger was the absence of human remains. Bronze Age sites typically contain burials, which often reveal social hierarchies and ritual practices. But in Sanxingdui's ceremonial pits, there were no bones, no tombs, and no trace of people, only offerings to vanished, unknown gods. The objects had been deliberately destroyed before burial. Bronze heads were burned, surfaces melted and scarred, while elephant tusks were broken and charred. Gold objects were crumpled. This was not accidental damage. Rather, it was systematic, ritualized destruction enacted on a massive scale. Archaeologists theorized these were sacrificial pits, offerings made during a crisis or transition, perhaps due to invasion, natural disaster, or religious beliefs demanding object retirement. Whatever the exact reason, The people of Sanxingdui meticulously gathered their most precious possessions and consigned them to cleansing fire and earth. For centuries, Sanxingdui thrived as a regional power, controlling trade networks and commanding spiritual authority across the Sichuan Basin, its workshops producing bronze vessels for elite patrons. Its priests conducted elaborate ceremonies involving fire, sacrifice, and offerings to powerful deities whose ancient names we can no longer speak. But around 1100 BCE, something catastrophic happened. The city was abandoned, its population vanished, and massive walls stood empty and silent. Within a generation or two, Sanxingdui disappeared so completely from history that even local memory retained no trace of its existence. Theories abound about this sudden collapse, with archaeologists pointing to geological evidence of flooding as the Min River changed course, or severe earthquake damage. Still others argue for devastating warfare, suggesting an invasion by rival powers seeking control over Sanxingdui's critical trade routes. There is evidence the population did not die, but rather migrated 40 kilometers southeast. Another Bronze Age site called Jinsha emerged soon after Sanxingdui's abandonment. Its artifacts share stylistic similarities, suggesting cultural continuity. Perhaps the people simply moved to safer ground, establishing a vibrant new center. But migration doesn't explain the larger mystery. Why did Chinese historiography erase Sanxingdui so completely, as ancient Han Dynasty texts describe Shu as barbaric and marginal? The profound reality, however, was far more complex and ultimately quite threatening, challenging deeply established historical narratives and beliefs. Traditional Chinese historiography promoted a powerful narrative. Civilization emerged from a single source, the Yellow River, spreading outward to enlighten peripheral regions. This narrative served imperial ideology for 2,000 years, justifying centralized rule and cultural homogeneity, but Sanxingdui fundamentally contradicted everything. Here was proof that ancient China was pluralistic, not monolithic, with multiple independent centers of innovation developing simultaneously. The Sichuan Basin wasn't waiting. It was creating its own equally sophisticated, utterly distinct, and completely parallel civilization, forging a unique path challenging established historical notions. For imperial dynasties, this plurality was inconvenient. The narrative of continuous civilization from a single sacred source legitimized power, ensuring one emperor and one unbroken lineage. Multiple origins meant multiple claims to authority, inevitably fracturing the very foundation of established imperial rule and its power. So Sanxingdui vanished from memory, erased and scrubbed from chronicles compiled centuries later. Sima Qian described ancient Shu as primitive, unworthy of documentation. Meanwhile, the magnificent bronze masks, gathering dust underground for millennia, silently told a vastly different and compelling story. Modern archaeology did not immediately correct this erasure. Early 20th century nationalism reinforced the single origin myth, keeping Chinese civilization's cradle firmly in the Yellow River Valley. Outliers like Sanxingdui complicated this narrative, marginalized and treated as peripheral anomalies rather than true parallel centers of power. Then came 1986, and those two sacrifice pits forced a reckoning. The sheer scale and sophistication of the bronze work rivaled anything from Anya. Gold masks thinner than paper and jade blades polished to translucent perfection proved this was not primitive or peripheral, but a civilization operating at the highest level. Beyond historiography, a troubling question arose. How does an advanced, wealthy, powerful culture simply cease to exist without military destruction? There were no burn layers from conquest, no mass graves. The people of Sanxingdui didn't die there, they simply left. Theories multiplied as excavations continued, suggesting catastrophic flooding from the Minjiang River, which made the location untenable, or a massive earthquake restructuring the landscape. Perhaps environmental degradation, like deforestation for bronze smelting, exhausted resources, with each geological explanation leaving cultural questions unanswered. This was not gradual decline. Ritual deposits suggest deliberate, ceremonial closure, where they buried sacred objects, smashing and burning them, then sealing pits with elephant tusks. This was indeed goodbye. A civilization performed its own funeral rites before walking away from everything it had so painstakingly built. Some scholars now believe people migrated northeast to Chengdu, founding the later Shu kingdom. Stylistic continuities in bronzes there show distant echoes of Sanxingdui's aesthetic. But the iconic masks, idols, and the bronze tree's cosmology disappeared completely, never to resurface in quite the same distinctive form. In 2020 and 2021, archaeologists discovered 6 more sacrifice pits, totaling 8, containing silk, fermented beverage residues, and more haunting, otherworldly bronze figures. Each new discovery only deepened the profound mystery, rather than resolving it, constantly revealing just how much remains truly unknown. We are left with a civilization defined entirely by objects. No texts, skeletal remains, or narratives written by their own hands explain their beliefs. Just bronze, jade, and gold speak a visual language we can admire but never fully translate, beautiful and utterly alien. The real significance of Sanxingdui isn't just about ancient Sichuan. It reveals profound truths about knowledge itself, how history is constructed, curated, and even weaponized. For 3,000 years, this civilization existed only underground, deliberately excluded from the official story because it never fit the required narrative. How many other Sanxingduis are buried beneath our certainties? How many parallel histories, inconvenient truths, and alternative innovations have been written out of existence? The silence around Sanxingdui for millennia wasn't accidental. It was structural, the inevitable result of power deciding what truly counts as history. Today, those bronze masks stare out from museum cases, their bulging eyes seemingly asking the haunting question, what else have we possibly forgotten? What else lies waiting beneath the surface, poised and ready to rewrite everything we confidently thought we knew about history?